exploring the culture, the adventure, and the impact of martial arts. That's what Kung Fu Podcast is all about. And I'm your host, T.W. Smith. Thank you so much for joining me today and giving me an opportunity to perhaps even introduce this show to you for the very first time. And if it is your first time here at the Kung Fu Podcast, you're in the audience of some of the finest and sharpest martial artists in the world. And this podcast, in someone else's words, is going to explain that very concept. Because, we're right here in between episodes number 2 and 3 of Hitting the Mark, where it's all about Confucian character. And how they really looked at it as a test for you to have an opportunity to establish yourself as a martial artist and moving forward into perhaps the inner circles of society. In part 3, that'll be coming out here very soon, is going to demonstrate how individual character or morality is almost a mystical concept, because Confucius expected any martial artist to demonstrate that your virtues, your character, are presented while you're interacting with others. There wasn't too much individual about it. How are you individually moral if you're not engaging with others? That decency, your morality, your ethics, your virtues are supposed to be expressed with and to others. Well, when you do that, that creates an environment. As many of you know, I only participate in a couple of martial arts associations, and both of them are outstanding. The ShuriTe Bujutsu Kai is the one that's featured here. It's headed up by Mr. Troy Price. And I'm going to tell you, Troy is a wonderful gentleman, wonderful to be around, wonderful to learn from and practice with and exchange ideas and concepts with. But more importantly, in this instance, is the environment that he brings and expects of us as instructors and as participants when we are in a martial arts seminar that represents the ShuriTe Bujutsu Kai. What you're getting ready to hear is what it means when you bring your best in a collective agency like a good association to practice your martial arts. Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to share this with you. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, could be longer, I was just telling a friend it seems like 2 or 3 weeks is always 5 or 6 weeks. It seems like time is just flying by so fast sometimes. But we were at a ShuriTe Bujutsu Kai seminar, and one of the folks who were there, a young lady who was kind of just restarting herself back into the martial arts. And it was really exciting. Got to work with her a little bit. And, when it was all done, she wrote this review on Facebook that was very revealing. And I thought it was really important to share because I don't know how to say it. Sometimes it does seem like that finding folks that can encourage you or represent something that you would hope to become is not as easy as it once was to find. Maybe I'm just being naive, but it does seem like sometimes it's harder to find folks that are motivated and respectful and demand respect. And there's a lot of good things about having that sort of character, and you don't find it a lot. I can tell you this, you will find it quite a bit with some of the folks I work with over the ShuriTe Bujutsu Kai. And you will also find it with the folks like Ian Abernathy and the World Combat Association. I've spent quite a bit of time in exchange with those folks, just talking, and I can tell you they're good people. But here's what she wrote about her experience over the weekend. I needed this weekend. I needed this weekend as a reminder for men what respect really means. I am very thankful to have such a wonderful masters allow me to bring my children being in and out of a seminar to take care of them. I am gracious to have such awesome men helping me with them as well. My kids know who they can trust. I am very thankful to have refreshers and new lessons in different styles of martial arts, aiding me in surviving abuse and torment. As a woman, it's a beautiful experience to meet such awesome men that don't take it easy on me and want me to learn, as it helps me to survive in what can sometimes be a cruel world. I should have this type of respect at home, but I realize I don't. I never have. I have lost myself somewhere. I'm realizing over the weekend that I was taught to stand up to those people that don't respect me in the first place. And I have nothing but thanks to all of you masters and teachers in the martial arts. I have known better than to put up with such hurtful crap in my life. I needed to realize my own strength. I'm grateful I had the chance to be part of the seminar to remember where I came from, to remind me of what I already know. No woman should ever put up with someone that belittles and demeans her. A woman's attitude is based on having her standards. My standards of respect were set up by the very masters of the martial arts in my life, and I have every right to fight for what I deserve. And if someone can't meet me at those standards, then that's a problem for them for not understanding respect. This is why I love the martial arts, all styles, all forms, as it reminds me of how I deserve to be treated. And if a man can't respect that and care for me, then he is not right for me. Never has been. I needed this weekend. I just needed a reminder. Respect and courtesy are number one. So thank you to all the awesome men that have reminded me of this. I think it's important to remind ourselves that there's a lot more than we do than just applying applications and looking at situations and trying to digest them, analyze them, putting them through different cycles of, is this the best thing to do or not? Sometimes just your presence and your attitude is more important than any of the techniques that you know.